Happy full moon, everyone. Happy full moon, our second full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. This is so exciting. And I mean, I've been using strong words like exciting and fun and, you know, awesome. It's, what time? Almost 4:30 in the morning. I've been up for a few hours and couldn't get back to sleep, and my brain has been thumping, my mind has been thumping, and it is Monday, the Monday before the full moon as I record this. So it is the Mars-Uranus conjunction as I record this today. So we are all getting upgraded, activated. You know, I'm right along with you for all these things. I wanted to start off with introducing myself. If we have not met, welcome. My name is Sarah. I am a channel, and I channel through the lenses of astrology, a growth mindset. Sometimes we utilize tarot, but right now we are focused on our all signs reading for this full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. It should be right over here. And my intention for this channel is to offer the highest, greatest, most aligned information for all involved and invested, with no harm coming to any. We are all, I am grounded, safe, bubbled, and protected. Y'all are safe, bubbled, and protected. So please, as you get ready for this channel, pause the video. We're going to talk about Saturn. Saturn's a key player today. Pause this video. Go grab your journal if you'd like. Go grab your birth chart. Go grab your company's birth chart. And a lot of people, myself included, don't have the exact time of their birth chart, of their company's birth chart. So I myself also don't. I just have the day that I, posted and, opened the YouTube channel and things like that. So that's okie dokie. Just watch the first video, the Aries rising, watch the sun sign, and then check the double moon signs. And there is a link in the description for my programs, How to Follow the Moon. What did I call it? Oh my goodness, I changed the name. I totally forget the name. It's 4:30 in the morning. I apologize. But I have two programs. There's a spiritual starter kit that includes both of them. It's like How to Follow the Moon and Working with the Moon Cycles. It's all in the description. So my apologies that I was asking my guides, like, why am I not sleeping? What's going on? And stuff like that. And they were like, you can record this video. You can get ready to do this, to channel. You're getting upgraded and your community is getting upgraded. There's also, with the Mars-Uranus conjunction, a lot happening right now. So I want to offer as much information as I can for everyone to stay focused on their greatest and highest good, stay the course. And so many of us that have a growth mindset, we utilize the astrology, and we like to plan ahead, and we like to give ourselves a large breadth of time between action and reaction to transmute it to a response. So with this full moon, which please go watch the introductory video for this full moon, it's titled The Twilight Zone. There's a lot to unpack in that. It's a lot going on all at the same time. So Sarah, I've been staring at this, board for this entire time that you've been talking. What's going on here? So this represents Saturn on the board. And as you've noticed, I thought it looked like the tarot it looks like the tower in the tarot. So one day I was taking it out of my magic bag, and the top had been, this is onyx, had been broken. I also have my pink tourmaline that broke the other day. I had a very unexpected change up of plans. I was meant to be house sitting for many days, and I'd packed all my stuff up. I got in the car. I was going to a women's circle. Literally had like my suitcase, all of my things, all of my woo, all of the things already in the car. Food was in the car. I was ready to go. Went to a women's circle and was going to leave the women's circle on Saturday and go right over to my house sitting. But I got a call in the middle of the women's circle, so I knew it was aligned. Well, I mean, everything's aligned, but still. That the house guest that, the host was going to visit wasn't feeling their best. And so they were coming home. And so I came back to my home. I received what it is that I needed to receive from that time period in the first, I think, 20 minutes I was there from watering the plants. And it was so beautiful and so aligned and fascinating, because when I was home, there's a reason that I'm saying all this. When I was home and I was putting all my things away and I was unpacking my suitcase, and I was taking all my things off, and I had just said, I received everything I needed to receive from that time period. I'd set all these intentions, all of these different things. I'm working on all these habits. Definitely go check out my Substack. I post my habit tracker in my last Monday video, or my last Monday post. Link is below. I'm doing all these things. When you have a growth mindset, it can become so much. And so, as I said, I received what I needed to receive from that time already. I was taking off my pink tourmaline, and it just broke. Saturn, tower, top down, broke. Safety, security, legacy, public image. Who am I? Are you going to know I'm woo-woo if I don't have all the bracelets on? All I have is the smoky quartz. Which is so I can see interdimensionals a little bit clearer with my big old... I wear glasses. I speak in lenses if you're new around here. What's funny is that this, the smoky quartz, and then I have Nasha, the smoky quartz as well. It's tried and true. Tried and true. I don't know if I want to keep the pink tourmaline in there. Looks like a snake. Looks like a snake. But I wanted to wrap that all up with a bow and say, there's two things I want to say. When things break, in the Tower card in the tarot, it's only the top. It's only the top-down structure. It's only all things Capricorn, which we're going to be talking about a lot, that ended. Pluto is a key player in this mix. We're going into the age of Aquarius. Everything's shifting and changing. The awakening cannot be stopped. Everybody's got to become the most authentic version of yourself. You got to do it. We all got to do it. The leaders and entrepreneurs and business owners, y'all are going to be the ones to run the world. Yeah, as I was putting together, I'm working on a 6-week program, and I'm just planting seeds all over about that. And it was like, not everybody wants to lead. You are sitting at a round table, just like the astrological wheel, Aries, all the way over to Pisces. Everybody has a seat at the table. But not everybody wants to be a Capricorn. Not everybody wants to be an Aries. Not everybody wants to be a Leo. Not everybody wants to be a Sag. That's why you came in with the amalgamation of the planets that you came in with. But when it comes to being a leader, yeah, the first thought that I had when I woke up, or actually, pardon me, when I realized that I wasn't getting back to bed, I was like, you should do the all signs reading. And I trust that. I trust that without question. So, with all that being said, that's my introduction. I want to parlay over now to my disclaimer that I'm going to put an entire timestamp for the disclaimer, because I would like everyone, and I'll put it in the description maybe as well, that, my videos are meant to unlock codes within you. They're meant to trigger you. And so these are channeled messages. I tell my guides that I will get out of the way and you can speak through me. Only for the greatest good. Only for the white light of God. I set very, very strict boundaries. But sometimes, if you've never seen my videos before, my messages can hit hard. I feel as though today is going to be just that, a hard-hitting channel. And so I would like you to check in with yourself. If you're not in a space to receive intense messages, then please do not watch this channel. Really. It's gross when you do the inner work. You flounder at first, and it's not always fun to hear things that we don't want to hear. To see things that we don't want to see. There's a lot happening on the planet right now. And so the more we all come online as a collective, the more sensitive we're becoming. Also, we still have that reverberal addiction to the fear porn, to the, oh, you know, what's the next this? What's the next this? What's the next this? Even myself, I can't even watch my Lord of the Rings late at night anymore because I'm so just like, the fight's some order. It's been like a decade. If you've been with me for a while, I know. So my disclaimer is that these are channeled messages. If you'd like to sit back and just listen and have some coffee and just listen like it's you and I just chit-chatting multidimensionally across time and space, do not take it as doctrine. I am not holding a private session for you, so this isn't me pointing fingers at you. This is me offering you a channeled message in a very quantum space across time and space. All of my full moon and new moon workshop content is offered donation based. So if any of what I say does resonate and you're keen to give back, the links are listed below in the description. So that is, how many minutes am I in? Oh, 12 minutes. Lovely. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. So let's introduce the board and the planets, and then we'll get started. So this is, and I have the little window open because the sage literally was going so much. So I live in a little East Coast island town, and you can hear the gulls. They are active, eating the rubbish and dropping things all over the place. It's funny, like I'll go in the backyard sometimes to go water the garden, and they'll just be like trash dropped from the sky. Literally, yeah, the seagulls. They're funny little nuggets. So this is the general astrological wheel. Starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. Like I had said, watch for your rising sign first, then your sun, then your moon sign. Sun sign and moon sign, just listen for the vibe, because the planets, you know, get the amalgamation of it, but know that I'm talking about exactly where 29 degrees of Capricorn falls in your chart. That's what we're going off of. That's it. So, all right. So the sun, beautiful peach selenite. This is the moon, halite, I believe. Mercury. Venus, obviously. Mars. I'm loving the skulls. Where are you, baby? Jupiter. Already talked about Saturn. Uranus. Oh, pardon me. Another skull. Neptune. Pluto. Which is based off of the Christmas critters from South Park back in the day. They're violent. Where are you, Chiron? Chiron. The black moon Lilith. And right now it doesn't matter which black moon you follow, they're both in Libra. And then we have the north node and the south node that I placed down like this. The north node going into the sign, and then the south node leaving the sign over here. Like I said, if you don't have the exact time of your birth or your company's birth, just do a free birth chart reading. You'll get where the sun is and you'll get where the moon is and all the other planets, but you can watch for the Aries rising as well. So we're going to get started. Aries. Aries. Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you see me? It's not fun. It's not. This is mother and father. We're just going to place all the planets down. A lot of you are healing something for the entire line. The entire family line. Put these over here. I feel like they're distracting us. Okay. Sun, Moon, Mercury, 26, Venus at 11, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, North and Southern Carolina. Okay. Look into spider energy. I looked over, I thought I saw a spider. It feels as though you're the one healing the entire family line, because you are. If you're having children, forwards. If you're not having children, backwards. I mean, if you're having children, forwards and backwards. If some of you are watching this for your children, they're here to heal all the lines, even the ones that, you know, if you aren't with their parent anymore, they're just healing all the lines, all the lines. This is a release of all things Capricorn. Pluto, conjunct. Neptune, sextile, Neptune, sitting almost by a degree on your ascendant sign. It's at 29 degrees of Pisces right over here. So you're feeling that. Aries, you know, it started off as a joke, but it's actually something I revere so much, where even way before my awakening, I would say, you know, if the whole world's a stage, then I'm on the crew. And now, having been a part of, like, knowing that my soul was a part of the original makeup team for the planet, I'm like, joke's on you, girl. Joke's on you. Even when you're not around, you represent something so important for your entire family. This is the roots of the tree of your life, cultural family roots. Mars in Gemini, Jupiter in Gemini, in your house of communication, early learning, short trips. This is a big deal. The sun at the final anaretic degree of your house of mother, safety, my pocket of the world, home. Not everyone needs to understand why you want to create generational wealth and bring healing to the line. Not everybody will understand you. but please continue with what you're birthing. In the playlist, the toolbox, there's, you know, a video on mother and a video on father. It's not always fun to watch. It's not always fun to experience, and it's not always fun to look at. Even the video, I don't have it pardon me, I don't have it tagged, but when the cape gets ripped off, you can just like search in Google on my page that in YouTube on my page, when the cape gets ripped off. Like, when was the first time that you recognized that your parents were just parents? That, you know, the papa boss or the, you know, papa politician or the, you know, papa sports team that you've given your power to, they're just people, or maybe they don't have your best interest in mind. When was the first time that you remember that? And it doesn't have to make sense. You could have a few different moments where that came to be. I'm really proud of your energy right now, Aries, because so many of, like, I just check in with the vibe of Aries and say, what does Aries need to hear right now? What messages do they need? And my guides are just saying, what is something practical that they can do? What are practical things that they can look to right now? Meditation, grounding, starting habits. What are the habits of my future self do? Sarah, I know this language. I understand that. Then do it every single day. And continue to do it. And if you don't love the process, we know this as leaders. It was from an incredible podcast from the School of Greatness. Oh my God, I don't even remember who said it. This was years ago, where he said you must attach the dopamine to the process, because there is no set of keys for the house that will give you the love that you really need to nurture within yourself. The outside world responds to your energy. It responds to you. So yes, you can have these little wins, these little wins, these little wins. Use those as earmarks on the path, but love the path. Love the journey. Love getting there. And never discredit where you are. Never discredit what stage you're in. I promise you, how do I say? There's two, oh my God, I forget the person who, his last name starts with an H. He's like an entrepreneur. He's like all beefed up now. And, you know, he started gyms a while ago. And he had said, you know, when I was homeless and living at the gym, everybody was my friend. Everybody was my friend. They were like, you got this, you can do it. But then by the time I started owning the gyms and doing the things, people were like, oh, big boss man's here, and oh, that's that, and oh, that's that. Your family, another thing, can feel the reverberation of your growth. They can feel it, they can see it. So don't take what they say as doctrine. Love them and know that you're meant to, you're bringing so much healing to the whole line, Aries. So just stay the course. And if you don't like the habits, and check in with yourself and recognize, like, is it really just my ego floundering as I'm building the new habits, or do I really not enjoy the process? And if you don't enjoy the process, really, you can start to release certain, do I need this? Let me rephrase. This is for Aries. I'm sorry, Taurus. This is for Aries. Do I want this wealth so I can have the I told you so moment? Or do I want this to just have a comfortable life and to be able to give? Legit. If your first thought when you can't sleep, as a leader, I'm speaking to Aries leaders only right now, because other people who are not leaders will be like, well, what are you talking about? If you don't wake up and think about mission, if you don't eat, sleep, and breathe that, then maybe rebrand it. Maybe look at what does light me up. What does really invoke incredible life and zest? What dreams have I maybe forgotten, Aries? I just have a feeling this is going to be a very long video. All right, let's continue. Good job, Aries. That was a lot. Taurus rising, Taurus sun, Taurus moon. Welcome to my donation-based all signs reading for this full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. Please definitely go watch the disclaimer before we get started, if you have not already, and an introduction to the board. That's insane, dude. That's insane. Oh, buddy. Expansion in your house of money? Oh my goodness. Okay. What I love about the fact that I'm recording this at like 4:45 in the morning is that I always, you know, when I do my channeled messages, when I do my readings, when I do anything, I pull my ego back and I ask my guides to speak through me. And I forget a lot of what I say in a lot of my readings. That's why I ask my clients to record them so you can go back and reference them. So it's not me talking, it's the guidance team. So I'm excited because I can't recall a lot. I know it's been a very intense few sessions for you. Oh my God, that Mars-Uranus conjunction that's happening today is in your sign. It's the Monday before the full moon as I record this, Taurus. So you're feeling this. You're feeling this right now. You know, this is the house of quest, adventure, long distance travel, higher education, but it is on the IC and the MC. It's at 29 degrees of Capricorn. It's literally at the bottom. It's like, holy gosh, holy gosh. I think I might have said this to you before, but you can't run from where your feet are. You can't run from your reality. I promise you, I moved to Melbourne, Australia, and I created, you know, similar situations than the ones that I was running from back home. It's fascinating because, you know, the next day after this full moon, the sun goes into Leo, which runs the 4th house, which is normally, traditionally, a Cancerian run house. Home, my pocket of the world, safety is key. It's very much okay, Taurus, to have the desires. I mean, you're talking to a channel that speaks the growth mindset. So it is okay to be the one that wants to be the leader, the head of the table. We can't really have a head of the table anymore in the new world. It's a round table. With that being said, not everyone wants to lead the flock. Not everyone wants to lead the group. I think I've mentioned this before, and I don't know if it was in your reading. I had a client session one day, and you know, she's creating all of these programs, all of these things, and you know, thought that everybody has to stand in a line up on stage. I'm working on nourishing her positive ego, not, you know, she's got enough of the negative ego chit-chatting. I'm like, no. I want to be there on the sidelines, cheering you on. It's okay for someone to be stepped. This is normally something that I say to Leo, so I'm really proud of you, Taurus, for doing some deep inner work right now. Deep inner sibling work, deep inner adolescent work, inner child work. I'm really proud of you. I feel like Cancer season for you has been a very incredible, beautiful time period where you've nurtured a lot of yourself. You've really come out of an ego death. You're fixed negative Earth. I'm sorry. You know, I'm hearing in my mind's eye, like, it wasn't very efficient, Sarah. And I'm like, I know that, but it was powerful. And so, okay. So the 3 questions that I like to ask myself on Sundays, which you can utilize for this full moon, you can utilize at any time. What did I do well? During your ego death, during the last time period from when you really went into it, the dark night of the soul, whatever you labeled it, to now. What did I do well? What did I not do so well? And what is fully integrated? Right now, what is fully integrated from that time period? Also, you are not a joke. What you do is not a joke. This is a big deal, Taurus. Like, I would, for a long time, make fun of my, oh, you know, I help leaders make sense of the woo-woo. And I know I'm a performative healer. I know I do all these things. And I know I wear sparkles on my face. But what I have to say is important. And I take my channeling seriously. I take my messages very seriously. I take what I'm doing so seriously. I take this board seriously. I take the creation of my products seriously. The creation of my programs seriously. Pluto is going to be in your 10th house of legacy, public life, and career for 20 years, my guy. 20 years. That's a slow burn. Maybe do some research into Pluto. That can be something very practical that you can look at. You can go back to 2008. That's when Pluto went into Capricorn. See that micro lens of how your life has changed from 2008 until now. The macro lens, you know, there was the housing crisis, the banking, the buyouts, all those different things, all top-down authorities. And now this full moon is conjunct Pluto, retrograde. So really, your fixed negative Earth, it's as if you can handle, like, I'm just seeing Zeus. I'm seeing you holding a lightning bolt, like a lightning rod, and just saying, yeah, I can literally wield this because I'm fixed negative Earth energy and I can handle that. You can handle this full moon. You can handle this energy. It's coming from a Scorpio rising, honey. You're doing a beautiful job. I do actually, and if you've been with me for a little while, Taurus, I have been asking you to go a little bit more conservative in your money manifestations. I feel as though right now I want you to do in the toolbox, the practical manifestation technique. Not right now, but it's maybe in a few days, maybe this week, because this full moon is on Sunday. And I want you to view yourself on holiday. Let's just do the practical manifestation technique, and I want you to do it as if you're on holiday, and the biggest holiday that you could ever imagine. Don't do it today. Do it next week. I also, Taurus, want you to ask yourself, how do you give back? What does charity work mean to you? And please, if you're interested in more information on that, just please comment below, Taurus, and timestamp it and remind me. I can deep dive into it. But charity should feel like I'm doing this donation-based, Taurus. Donation-based. Because I trust my community. Yeah. My incredible subscribers are helping get me to, I'm going to the Summit of Greatness in September, and I've been raising money for that. And I'm so grateful for everyone because they've been so freaking generous. And I'm so grateful. So I don't want to give less and say, oh, but you don't have, the subscriptions yet, and you don't have people paying a certain amount of money. I don't care. I don't care. The right people find me at the right times, and they give generously. So please trust the universe right now, Taurus, and give generously. What fills you up? There's some information. Definitely go watch the Aries video. That could be helpful as well for you. All right, let's get started. For Gemini, Gemini rising, Gemini sun, Gemini moon. How you doing, honey? How you doing? Welcome to your full moon in Capricorn, donation-based reading. I'm so grateful for you, holy God. This is such intense energy for you. Oh my God. Dude kid. Dude kid. Dude kid. I love your energy. You're so well adapted to this time period. It's so cool. I feel like you and Virgo, just like the unexpected. You're like, oh my God, all that childhood experiences and traumas that I went through actually made me greater and like able to handle certain uncertainty. Yes, you mutable air sign, you. So proud of you. Alrighty, so Cancer season for you has been about money, values, and access to resources, Gemini. And right now, this full moon is happening at the very end of your deep, dark transformation, shared possessions house. This is a Scorpio run house for you. It's run by Capricorn. Like, this is why when you make the paper, you save it. And if you haven't been, if Gemini, you're like, oh my God, what are you talking about? That's inner teenager stuff. So definitely reach out directly and we can talk about some inner adolescent, because they will destroy your life. They will destroy your life. Dude, my inner teenager was raging once. I was making the most amount of money I'd ever made in my life, and I was borderline homeless at the same time because I did not harness and wield the powerful, powerful, powerful inner teenager. She was just running afoot. But I did the most healing that I've ever done. So very, very interesting. I have resources that I have yet to record and write about Mars going into your sign. Gemini specifically, I do want to give you some dates though, if I can find it. Yes. Mars and Gemini, I want you to go back, jot these notes down. The 20th of August, 2022. Wait. To the 30th of October, 2022. Okay, let me start over. The 20th of August, 2022 to the 25th of March, 2023. This is when, I don't know if you can see my journal. You can't, really. Well, on the 20th of August, 2022, Mars, that was the last time Mars went into Gemini. And then on the 30th of October, 2022, he did a little retrograde to the 12th of January, 2023, went direct, and then on the 25th of March, 2023, he went into the sign of Cancer. So I want you and you alone, this is only for Gemini, because I have yet to record these, but I need you to have this preview. I want you to look back and ask yourself, what was I going through? What was I experiencing back then? How did I handle that information? What did I learn? Did I have ego deaths? Did I face my fears? Did I express my anger in the healthiest of ways? What happened then? Because Mars, as we talked about in the introductory video, is a player here. Mars is, pardon me, sextiling. And then trining. And then sextiling. It's like that basket shape. So Mars is activated by the sun, right on your ascendant sign, activated, trine by the moon and Pluto over here. So it's like I'm seeing, if all the planets are just, and definitely go watch the introductory video. I talk a lot more about like how these amalgamations of planets are kind of like different players, different teams. So what does Mars mean to you? What does the sun mean to you? What does the moon mean to you? What does Pluto mean to you? How is your natal chart? How are your natal planets getting affected right now? For my Gemini suns, SUNs, what degree is your sun sign? Where's Jupiter sitting on top of that? Where's Mars sitting on top of that? How are you getting affected by this energy? Harness it. Harness it. If you need something very specific and practical, for some of you, okay, this is there's still some people, maybe 1 to 5 people for some of you. It's you. I can't imagine having that many close friends. That there's a group of people that maybe you're not really supposed to be spending time with, sharing your joy with, sharing the playbook with, whomever that may be. And it's time to really take your power back from that situation. I was talking to Libra about this months ago. If, you know, you're the one with the paper because, you know, like we talked about the money stuff over here, and you are always paying for lunch, but the people that you invite take up a healthy slice of pizza, and they, you know, bring something really beautiful to the table. They bring their stories, they bring their help, they offer their tarot cards, they do readings for free, they do whatever they do, then you foot the bill. Oh my God, yeah, then that's an equal exchange of energy. Everybody's bringing energy to the table. But if they're just expecting you to pay the bill every single time, they don't even offer their stuff. They call you and be like, hey, let's go to lunch, and still expect you to pay, Gem, really look at that. Really look at that. And ask yourself, I think Saturn and Neptune retrograde in Pisces can be key indicators of, you know, we talk about fame around here as a lens. And when you can handle, yeah, it's like you and Virgo, when you can handle the powerful energy of this time period and just feel good within it, people feel safe around you. But if you don't have a healthy understanding as to why they are at your table, Gemini, that's when the carpet gets ripped out. And that's when you get taken advantage of. It's, you know, people right now, not everybody has your best interest in mind. Not everybody does. So you have to have your best interest in mind, Gemini. You. Cancer rising, Cancer sun, Cancer moon. Welcome to my full moon workshop. This whole reading is donation based. Please go watch the disclaimer and the introduction to the board at the beginning before you watch, so you know which planets are which. Happy birthday to my Cancer sons, S-U-Ns. I want you to rebrand loneliness and rebrand, look into your human design, definitely. Look into your energy type and understand what it is that you need and why. Let them go. Let them go. Let them go. Nope. Let them go. Ooh. This is a touchy subject, so I'm hopeful that y'all are going to stay with me, mother, father. You need some boundaries with them. You really do. You really do. I'm just saying it. I'll check the I'll check the analytics, but I'm guessing I just lost a bunch of people. But really, 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 and I talked to Aries about this, you could be one of the ones in your entire family line to be healing something. Ooh, some of you that work with family don't want to be working with family. Some of you that live with family don't want to be living with family. This is, and you, oh my God. I can't believe I'm about to say what I'm about to say, but I've said it before, so I have to say it again. I've said it once before and I didn't want to say it, but like, your parents had favorites. And they're imperfect people. And as a very sensitive being, Cancer, you might be still unconsciously, completely unconsciously trying to win over your parents' approval. And we see it unconsciously in the awakening right now, where it's, if you've given your power over to, you know, Papa Boss or Papa Government or Papa Sports Team or Papa Celebrity, Mother Celebrity, whatever it may be, and you idealize something that is not within your current reality, or if you act out of your inner child or your inner teenager looking for attention. Yeah. The South Node in Libra is in your house. This is the 4th house, is run by Cancer. So you're releasing old safety values, family values, and you're coming into a more public space, more Aries, but run by Capricorn. Pardon me, naturally run by Capricorn, but for you, run by Aries. I feel as though a lot of what's going on with this Mars-Uranus conjunction that, you know, just happened the day that I'm recording this. So it was last week, so it was Monday. This full moon is on Sunday, or it's on the 21st. I think that's Sunday for everybody. But Mars is now in Gemini. I'm going to post this early this week, or midweek probably. Look at what was happening for you under the lens, under the realm of community, friendships, and wishes for the future. Your parents, you know, are of a different generation. They have different contemporaries. They have different belief systems. And that is okay. That is okay. Pluto is hitting everybody right now super de-duper hard. You know, the boomers are having a Pluto opposition coming up. Millennials are having a Pluto square coming up. So look into Pluto. Look into, you know, because you, Cancer, are run by the moon, and moon is conjunct Pluto. So please look into Pluto. Do some research into that. Look at how your relationships have changed since 2008. Look at the micro of your life. Look at the macro of the world. What has changed since 2008? What lens of all things Capricorn? This is deeply rooted mother-father stuff for you, Cancer, and I am so proud of you for doing this deep work. I promise you, with healthy boundaries, every single thing in your life will get better, including the relationship with your parents. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like something happened for you at the beginning of the month, and that, you know, astrologically had a lot to do with Neptune going retrograde in Pisces at the tippity top of your chart. But there was something just seemingly minuscule that just like straw that broke the back. You're like, I don't want to do this anymore. I just don't want to do this anymore. That was a lot, Cancer, in a short period of time. I'm proud of you. Leo rising, Leo sun, Leo moon. Welcome to my donation-based full moon workshop. Full moon, all signs reading for you, honey. And please go watch the disclaimer and the introductory to the board before we get started. Reel it in, Leo. Reel it in. Reel it in. Reel what in? Yourself. Right now. Yourself. Reel it in. All right, I'll tell a little story as I'm getting set up. What are you talking about, Sarah? Reel it in. I'm not coming at you. So I was at, you know, one of my favorite cafes. The Cafe Sicilia family are traveling right now. Bless you all. I hope you're doing well. And one of my favorite local bougie cafes is Little Wolf Cafe. And so I was sitting at Little Wolf and I was drinking a delightful, delightful drip coffee. I think it was a honey processed. I think it was the honey processed. I forget. I forget. The barista is just like, this is what you want. He knows that I like jammy, blueberry, chocolatey coffees, very low acidity. And it was so delightful, like just delightful on the palate. And so I was pulling some tarot cards and just setting up and just enjoying myself. And the person next to me just asked about the tarot cards. So I said, he said, is this a game? And I said, no, it's tarot and blah, blah, blah. And then I was finishing up, and then he asked he was saying like, you know, this reminds me of a scripture. And it was the scripture of like the woman at the well. And, you know, we got to chatting. I was hopped up on coffee. He was definitely hopped up on coffee. And by the end of it, we were like exchanging information and, oh my God, everything's great. And blah, blah, blah. And I was so like open. It was like the high of a restaurant shift. And I was like, oh my God, it was so good to meet another soul in the path of life. Yeah, within the first few text messages that I received from this person, I was like, oh, Sarah, reel it in. Reel it in. This is a terrible decision. And I had to set boundaries. I had to eventually just be like, stop right now. And so that, to wrap that up with a bow, is what I mean by reel it in. I want you to be the silent substitute teacher at all times. And I want you to really harness the power of, you're run by the sun, Leo. Do you know how amazing it is to have a Leo friend? My baby sister is a Leo, and I can't even tell you how incredible, like she is just like the light of the family. Get away with anything, that's for sure. But she lights us all up. So the positive and the negative side of Leo both exist. But because this is happening, I'm like on your ascendant descendant sign over here, Leo, find out exactly where 29 degrees of Cancer falls. Like exactly. This is so much. A lot of you could be hopping paradigms right now and creating things that I feel as though won't happen in the blink of an eye, but I want you to like do a recorded video of yourself. Okay, like I'm getting the image of like, you know, when people do before and after transformative, you know, physical fitness pictures. I want you to take a before shot of your life right now, because this is straddling the 6th house of daily life, health, practical service, and relationships, the important people. This is right here in the middle. So I want you to take a, you know, a metaphorical picture, before picture of your life, and then check in with me in, I'd say 6 months. Yeah, I'd say by the end of the year. That Mars-Uranus conjunction that is today happened in your, you know, house of legacy, public life, and career. The Jupiter-Uranus conjunction was in your house of legacy, public life, and career. I feel as though this is one of those moments where it's like, oh my God, what movie? It was one of the newer Star Wars movies. Newer, I meaning like episode 1, 2, or 3, where it's like, it was a meme. They turned into a meme. It was like, we're watching your career with great interest. This is when an investor comes in, or one of your products as an entrepreneur just like pops. You figure it out. The puzzle pieces all come together. I want you removing anyone from your life that you wouldn't share billions of dollars with. Some of you were like, that was way harsh, Ty. Some of you have children with someone that you don't want to be with, and that's totally fine. We've been talking about that for a long time now. I would just recommend that you have the healthiest of relationships and boundaries with them. Co-parenting in a beautiful way, and loving upon the fact that that baby came in to clear and cleanse and heal both of those family lines, but having reverence for the king or the queen that you had children with, even though they are not your king and queen, that's fine. But have them in a different pocket, a different quadrant of your life, instead of being with them and teaching your children what really unhealthy love is, because your child is telepathic. Yeah. So they know that you're miserable already. So when you tell them like, oh, no, we're separating, they'll be like, oh, finally. That was way harsh, Ty. It wasn't. You know this. When you wash the world off of your face and you look back at yourself in the mirror, you know that what I'm saying is fact. So I love you enough to tell you you got kale in your teeth. So Leo, I believe in you and I love you and I really respect you. But I respect you enough to tell you that you're worthy of 10 out of 10 people in your life. You really are. I'll give you some Palo Santo, Virgo. Leo, if any of you are interested in a private session, please reach out. We can book a 15-minute consult to see if I'm the guide for you. Virgo. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, Virgo moon. Welcome to my full moon workshop for this full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. My workshops are all donation based. Please go watch the disclaimer and the introductory video, or pardon me, the disclaimer. Oh, interesting slip of the tongue there, but the introductory video for this is called The Twilight Zone. Interesting. Please go watch the disclaimer and the introduction to the board so you understand which planets are which. Oh, buddy. Honestly, Virgo, what is fun? Your homework is to learn how to have fun. Please go watch the disclaimer. I knew it was going to be a heavy hitter. We talked about this. Oh my God, let me rephrase. We talked about this last month, or yeah, last month for the last full moon and the new moon. Talk to Aquarius as well about addictions and the people that you spend your time with whilst doing those addictive things. I forget who I was talking to, somebody at the restaurant the other day, where they have lost a lot of, yes, a coworker at the restaurant, and he, still ingests alcohol, but recognized that he's like, I don't really enjoy it all the time. And so I lost a few friends because they literally chose alcohol over our friendship, because they only wanted to get together at the pub. They only wanted to meet at the bar and not at any other place in the world. Any other place in the world. And also, you're more than welcome to go to the pub, to go to the restaurant and not ingest alcohol. I do it all the time. I don't drink alcohol. I haven't for many years, and I still go out. I had someone ask me that once. They're like, well, what do you do? I'm like, I just do everything sober, and it's awesome. It's like amazing. I just get to live my life. Weird. Okay. Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Northern, Southern, Chiron. Okay. Pardon me. Yeah, Mars is in Gemini, not in Leo. Disculpe me. Sorry, that was Spanish. I study Italian, and there's a few key phrases. I work in restaurants, and there's a few things that just, pardon me. Me dispiace, me dispiace, me dispiace. And talk to Aquarius. They're going through very, very serious detoxes right now. And so because you are mutable earth energy, Virgo, and they are fixed air energy, I feel like you could be a helpful accountability buddy for them and they for you. Have someone you can talk to. Set up a session. A lot of you are having very powerful, efficient spiritual awakenings, ego deaths. Feel it, dude. Feel it. Feel it completely. You can't run from where your feet are. Know that. Mars-Uranus conjunction. Saturn, Neptune, both retrograde in your house of relationships in Pisces. Yeah, you are not alone. Across time and space, I'm telling you that there's possibly some people in your past that had some narcissistic tendencies that really hurt you. That really hurt you. And you're worthy of healthy relationships. We're not going to harden. We're not going to lose that romantic side of ourselves, that leadership side of ourselves. We're just going to release what does not serve us. We're going to view our future self and spend time. Definitely go check out my Substack and go watch, you know, the Monday video, or the Monday, I've said that so many times. Go over to my Substack and read the Monday article. We are moving forward, yes, Virgo, but practically we're releasing what is not a part of our compelling vision. Yes, certain things that are in our future that are not in our current reality, it's just our habits that are going to get us there. So spend some time floundering. Full moons we just release. That's it. Mirror work could be helpful for you right now. Yeah, Jupiter is... I have many videos on Jupiter. Jupiter and Gemini. I have an all signs reading. I have an introductory video. Jupiter skedooded in June and, you know, is at what, 11? 12 degrees. You can watch the introductory video because Jupiter, 11 degrees, and Venus in Leo, sole purpose, trying to link to your legacy. Oh, Jesus God. Jesus God. Sorry, if you watch the introductory video, it's 5:30 in the morning, so I apologize. I'm a little all over the place. So Jupiter and Venus are trying to connect and communicate. So definitely those are some practical things that you could look into. I think it's in the toolbox, like why astrology is such a helpful tool, because it's very practical. It's math, history, and patterns. It's a very nice way to blend woo-woo, for lack of a better term, into your life. And I love, in the Substack, I had quoted Pam Gregory, an incredible astrologer, where she said, you know, not believing in astrology is like not believing in a language. Just because you don't speak it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It's happening if you're on this planet. And I speak more fluidly of that in that Substack article. So definitely go check that out. Way to go, kid. I'm proud of you. You're having an ego death. Surrender to the current, okay? Libra, rising. Libra, sun. Libra moon. Welcome to my donation-based all signs reading for this full moon in Capricorn, our second full moon in Capricorn. Holy Jesus Christ. I'm just getting images of you smiling with like makeup streaming down your face. You're like, this is great. Everything's fine. I'm doing it. You are doing it, honey. You are. I'm proud of you. Just keep doing it. Just keep on doing it. I'm just checking with your energy really quick. Some of you did break up with them, and I'm really, 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 really proud of you. There's some trauma bonds that ended. Family trauma bonds ended. Some of you have gone no contact. But you haven't, it's like, so I'm going to share very vulnerably with you, Libra. So I, have spoken of the fact that I've gone no contact with my father for a little while, and it's amazing. It's the way to love him, and I care for him, and I love him, and I wish him nothing but the beauty and blessings of the world. But I never blocked him. And so I was telling that to a coworker at the restaurant. Libra rising, I want to say. She is, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I never blocked. And she goes, yeah, because you've accepted it. When you block, you're not dealing with it. You're not looking at, him still sending, extremely narcissistic messages to you. It's been a while. It's been a while. You've accepted it, and it is what it is. But when you block, sometimes you avoid it. You've really accepted the situation at hand. And I'm really proud of you, Libra. Whatever's going on, this is a wince. This is a... Oh. Definitely, whenever you're watching this, check and see how you are feeling during that Mars-Uranus conjunction. It's the Monday before the full moon. I'm recording this on the Mars-Uranus conjunction, and that was in your house of deep transformation, death, and shared possessions. So it's possible that you got, the loan was approved, you got unexpected paper, something happened, very unexpected. Yeah, a big tip, a big gratuity, a big donation, something really big happened. But that's an exciting transit for you, Libra. I'm very, very proud of you. I'm very, very excited for that for you. Practically, we're releasing all things home, my pocket of the world, safety, releasing. There are 2 videos in my toolbox that you could watch. The Papa Can You Hear Me? And then there was Mother. It's gross to do this type of work. It's gross to do this healing. Definitely, this is very specific and very niche for specific people watching this. So please, like I said, watch the disclaimer before we start. In my Past Life Tales playlist, there's a Past Life Tales of sexual trauma. When you start to really set boundaries with your trauma bonds and you step into a sovereign space and you do this inner work, sometimes you look at old patterns and you say like, ooh, I did that because of a past life trauma, or I did this, like just, you might receive some downloads and some, validations for maybe dreams that you've had. I feel like Leo season is going to be a vibe for you. Definitely, yeah. Leo season starts tomorrow, so definitely do a month journal. We're not manifesting right now. We're not scripting, girl. Nope. But definitely do a journaling for the next month and see how you've changed, how you will change from the beginning of Leo season to the beginning of Virgo season. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting vibe for you. Sage for you, Scorpio. There's something hidden in the back. The view that I got was very like Ollivanders. The first time Harry went into Ollivanders, one of my favorite scenes of any Harry Potter movie ever. I wondered when I'd be seeing you, Mr. Potter. Like that, like it's Diagon Alley is what I'm seeing right now, Scorpio rising. So let's take a look at what's coming through. They're looking for what you offer. So it might feel like all of your attempts to succeed have been thwarted. I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly, but I think I am. Holy Jesus, Scorpio. Holy God. Okay, Scorpio rising. Please go watch the disclaimer before watching this. This is intense energy, and I'm just really going to let my guides chit chat and talk to you. This is definitely mother father stuff coming up. I need and this is just for Scorpio, so I apologize to anyone else who's watching this. This gets dark and weird real quick. It's Scorpio rising and Scorpio rising only, but this is like sexual stuff. This is deep sexual stuff. I need you to look at, if you are a Scorpio that is in a divine partnership, that is, you know, that has children. This is so specific. I need you to not have, it's like the Madonna complex, and I've heard this come up. It's like in the why people cheat type of a thing, or it's like Lewis Howes had these two relationship experts on, and I wasn't really as keen for that video as I have been for other ones of his videos. I've watched his Dr. Joe Dispenza speak so many times, and just to highlight and advocate for myself, this reading is completely donation based. I'm raising money right now because I bought a ticket to the Summit of Greatness. So the majority of my donations, or the biggest portion of all of those donations, are going to get me to the Summit of Greatness. I'm so grateful for my subscribers and how generous that they've been. Just know that there's a very specific reason that I keep advocating for myself, is because this is all donation based, all donation based. So yes, so it's very much, there was a dialogue that I was listening to, Lewis Howes, School of Greatness, two relationship coaches going back and forth on a dialogue of like why people cheat. And so they were saying, you know, it's hard for, this is, I'm going to butcher their quotations, but please go watch it. And they were saying, you know, it's hard for someone, maybe a man, to ask their wife after they've been, you know, cleaning up kids' poop, or they've been in the mothering role for so long, to do certain things, maybe sexually, that they want. But if you are in a divine partnership, Scorpio, you're a Scorpio. You're a Scorpio, dude. You're run by Pluto and Mars. For the love of God. Like, I need you to take a long weekend. I need you to take your king or queen out. I need you to give them a worshiping massage. I need you to have somebody watch the kiddos. I need you to take 2 days. Scorpio, I'm not kidding. And if that is not within your realm of possibility, I need you to look at why you do not trust anyone around you to help you. That was my mic drop. I love you. I love you. I love you. Asking for help is one of the most awkward things, and knowing that you are so worthy of taking up space. I'm listening to my guides. Paying for someone to hold space for you is of the utmost importance and necessity right now. Because some of you, I really just recognize that some of you feel very safe within your silence and safe within your community because you can't ask the people around you to hold space for you. Maybe you don't have the friendship group. Maybe you've listed off your top 5 people and you have done all of the work that, you know, I've really recommended. And you're like, Sarah, my family's in this other quadrant. I have mostly YouTubers and you and, you know, God and Bob Proctor on my list. You know, I have my colleagues and I have my clients that I spend the majority of my time with, which are great. But I can't really, you know, process those deeply rooted sibling and mother and father issues with them. So book a session, book a massage, talk to a healer, talk to a shaman, join a group, go to a meeting. Please go read my Substack article that I did for this Monday. There are so many ways to utilize this energy. Oh, please take a sip of water, Sarah. This is incredible. This is incredible. You do have, with that Mars-Uranus conjunction in your 7th house of relationships, I know that at the beginning I said it might feel as though your attempts are getting thwarted and you're just throwing crap against the wall and you're playing to an empty room and you're doing all these things. It's as if I'm just seeing like the one person in the room being like Joe Rogan, and he just like comments on one of your posts and is like, dude, I've been following you for a while and what you're painting slaps. So it doesn't matter how many people you have on your team, you have in your flock, you have as your subscribers, you have as your whatever it may be, it is the quality of those relationships, and I need you to nourish them. Oh my God, I'm just getting a view of, I think it was the Capricorn solstice video. We were talking about money mindset. That was last December 2023, but that was Capricorn. So this is in Capricorn. So it's a little bit related, which is a square to your sign. This is like on your, literally this is like your MCIC. You feel like everybody's watching Scorpio. They're not. They are, but they can't see your pain. And you do a very great job of processing all of these things effortlessly. Truly, truly. People have absolutely no idea how you do this, but I need you to pay someone have an energy exchange. Truly. This could be just, Sarah, what if I don't have the financial capacity to do that? You can maybe buy something that's recorded. I want you to reprogram your unconscious and your subconscious. So I want you to be buying like a Dr. Joe Dispenza meditation, like a hypnosis tape, something like that. If you have to be on the, more conservative side of the payment side of things. So you can have something, like buy something that you can watch repeatedly, and like buy a Lazarus tape, do something of that capacity, but you really need to be paying someone for, like, you are in an incredibly advantageous position right now. Like our next new moon is in Leo, in your house of legacy, public life, and career. That, like, it's a beautiful. Then the next full moon is in your house of home, pocket of the world, safety. Like, this is a big time, and there's no slowing down, Scorpio. I love working with you. I love how quickly you process. I love how deeply you dive into these things. So please, I know that this is rapid pace. I need you to pay. If it's not me, that is okay, but you need to pay someone for a session. You need to be processing some unhealed stuff in there. You can't see your own shadow. No, you can't. No, you can't. I know I'm meant to trigger you. So I literally heard some of you say, yes, I can. I'm a Scorpio. I don't care. You're a human being. Yeah, I'm a channeler, but I'm no guru. Yeah, if you sit on the toilet and you poop the same way that I do, there's no gurus on this planet. So I can offer you across time and space that I'm telling you that you need some help right now, Scorpio. You need someone to be helping you out. You don't have to do this alone. And if you can't think of a single person in your immediate vicinity, in your inner circle that you can lean on right now, buy a small, if you need to stay conservative, Scorpio, buy a program, a hypnosis tape, something less than $20, a Dr. Joe Dispenza, look into your human design, or book a session with a shaman, a healer. Call me. I can do a recorded reading. But please, you're not alone in this. Do not get lost in this. Like, don't get lost in the process. Okay, that was enough. Sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm proud of you, but that was a lot. Sagittarius. Sag rising. Alrighty, I'm gonna just clear the board really quick and let's see how we're feeling. Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius sun, Sagittarius moon. Welcome to my donation-based full moon workshop for this full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. Please go watch the disclaimer and the introductory video. Oh my gosh, I keep saying that. Only for certain ones. Yeah, please go watch the introductory video for this full moon, which is called the Twilight Zone. And watch the disclaimer at the beginning of this video, as well as please watch the introduction to the board and just kind of getting to know the planets and things like that. So, what? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, so this is the money access, the 8th house and the 2nd house. So when the sun is in Cancer, it's about deep, dark transformation. This is about habits. This is about patterns. This is interesting. Some of you, it's you, Aquarius, and Virgo right now are all going through the realization that some of your habits are not the healthiest, just solely based on the fact that the sun is in your 8th house of deep transformation. The north node is in your house of play, childlike spirits. Uranus, Mars, we just had that conjunction in your house of daily life and health and practical service over here. Oh, pardon me, you are up here at 1 degree, 2 degrees of Libra. There's some odd greediness and odd, like, I'm just seeing Gollum, like, my precious, when it comes to money. And when it comes to, this is attached to family, this is attached to, yeah, this is, the 3rd house is early learning, short trips, siblings. The 4th house is house, home, my pocket of the world, safety is key, cultural family roots. This is mother over here. And then over here, Virgo is father, legacy, public life, image, and career. There's nothing in Virgo right now. Libra, pardon me, Lilith is in Libra. I'm just highlighting that right now, Pluto being in the mix in the 3rd house, Pluto transforming your 3rd house, you're going to have a wild awakening. Pluto's transforming my 3rd house right now. I'm a Scorpio rising. It starts at 12 degrees, so Pluto's like here for me. So get ready to have some awakenings. It's a good time. It's a good time. I'm hearing some of you say, I don't want it. This could be inner teenager. When we hear our inner voice say, I don't wanna, that's your inner teenager. We must find gratitude for the trigger. You know, for a long time last year in 2023, I knew that I lived a life without cannabis. But if you'd said that to me, I was like, that's adorable. You can get out of my face. Same thing happened when I was a cigarette smoker. It's been 11, it'll be 12 years in September 1st, I think, without cigarettes. But I was a pack of Marlboro Red 100s a day, child, okay? And if you told me that cigarettes were bad for you and you did the when you walked by, it'd be like, I would literally like eat the nicotine underneath your fingernails. But literally just one day, it was time. One day, stopped smoking, stopped ingesting the can of butter, just stopped buying it. It was time. But for anything, Sag, anything at all that owns you, that's a part of your habitual processing. Like, I would buckle my seatbelt and there'd be a cigarette in my hand. I'd be like, how did that happen? Just look at the trigger. And if I said, you know, what if you went to a, you know, beautiful resort and you have an all expenses paid vacation, but it's a sober vacation? Would you be like, well, then screw it, I'm not going? What do you value? If freedom and sovereignty are on that list, or either or, freedom from our addictions, freedom from our habits, freedom from our environments. Your Leo season is in the 9th house, which is Sag. That's your house. So Leo season is a vibe, it's a trine to you, it's a good sign. So know that this is a perfect, advantageous time to release, or at least be cognizant of, said patterns. Yeah, I really think that Leo season is going to be a vibe for you. Trining your rising sign, sun or moon. Trining the North Node. Chiron, our inner wounded healer. It really, because it's you, Sag, and you're run by Jupiter, you have to, you don't have to do anything, but it would be, I love that word, advantageous. It would be for your highest and greatest good to give yourself strict boundaries and to have dedication to yourself. It's okay, that's enough. Because when is enough, you know? Capricorn. Yeah, intense is an understatement. Capricorn rising, welcome to my all signs reading. This is a part of my donation-based program, my full moon and new moon workshops, and we are talking about the Capricorn full moon at 29 degrees. Please go watch the disclaimer at the beginning of this video, and please go watch the introduction to this video so you can understand what the planets are and all that jazz. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Show me your friends and I will show you your future. Get under right there. I'm kidding. Leo season is going to be really beautiful for you. I'm very, very excited for you, Capricorn. Capricorn moon, Capricorn rising, Capricorn sun. Leo season is a vibe. This is the perfect opportunity to energetically, some of you, and you know, I forget who else I talked to about this, Leo. Some of you have people in your life that you've chosen to keep in your life, or this is like a co-parenting situation, or this is, I work this 3D job, whatever it may be, where you've kept certain people in your life that maybe in certain roles are 8 out of 10. So put them in a box energetically, because they're in your life, so you're not going to soapbox this. Put them in a box energetically to say, okay, you used to be my VIP, now you're going over to a work acquaintance and you are 10 out of 10 there. And I will see you once a month and we'll have a lunch and it'll be great, or we work a 3D job together and I'll see you, once a quarter after this, paradigm shift and yada, yada, yada. You do not soapbox this, but I need you to accept the reality of that situation and remove that pizza slice, remove that person from the VIPs, the VIPs. This season, Cancer season for you is your descendant sign, so it's been about relationships. So right now, the first full moon that we had in Capricorn was about, your soul purpose, directly on your rising sign. Now, this full moon is on your cusp of your second house, conjunct Pluto, money, values, access to resources. So the people in your life are also resources. We all bring a slice of pizza to the table. See, we have Cap, we have Sag, we have Scorpio. Everybody plays a role. I'm listening to my guides. It's literally like every single planet is really affecting you in a different way. I'm trying to look at like when I look at Uranus, I'm going down a timeline. When I'm looking at Mars, I'm going down a timeline. I'm looking at Jupiter, I'm going down a timeline. So I'm trying to give you a very concise reading, Capricorn, something practical that it's you and it's in your sign. So I want to give you something that you can really utilize right now. My guides are just showing literally on a massive chalkboard in front of me, like a whiteboard in front of me, what do you want? In the most simplest of senses, what do you want? What are your values? Sarah, you've been talking about this for so long. I don't care. Why is it coming through for your reading right now, Capricorn? Because when we see a big future image, especially when we have massive foresight or we're an entrepreneur and we're creating something we've never created before, you want it today. You want it yesterday. You're like, I have this incredible foresight and I was in this meditation and I'm doing all the Dr. Joe Dispenza stuff and I'm doing all of these things. And then I come back to my reality and I'm right here in my reality and it feels as though I'm like living this multidimensional life and I'm doing all these things. Like, welcome to the party, kids. Welcome to the party. It's the razor's edge for some of you. But for the majority of you, keep on doing it. I don't care if it's, you floundering once a day, you're doing the thing once a day. Look into snake energy, they're showing me. Yeah, my guides are like, we actually want it a little bit messier for them. We don't want them to feel so practical. We want it to be a little bit woo-woo. What were you doing when you were 33 years old? Look into 33. Watch the introductory video. Look into exactly where Saturn is falling in your chart. Make a little bit of a mess, Cap. Feel it. I feel like there's a good cry in there. A cry of loneliness. Cry of, I don't want to do this again. Ooh. Yeah, some of you were just saying like, I can't start over again. I can't start a new relationship again. You can go watch the 2024 to 2027 video, the changing of the guides, and go watch the soul match portion of that, Capricorn. You can choose. You can choose. You get free will. I love you. Aquarius, honey, Virgo is a huge, they're also going through similar things as you, so definitely go talk to Virgo. and Sag actually right now as well are experiencing similar things as you. So know that you're not alone. Aquarius rising, sun and moon, welcome to your donation-based reading for this full moon in Capricorn. This is a part of my new moon and full moon workshop. It starts with an introductory video, which is, you know, all this is donation based. It's complimentary on my YouTube channel. You can watch the video, The Twilight Zone. That's something that you can kind of understand a little bit of the energies and what the planets are doing. But right now we're doing our all signs reading. And please go watch the disclaimer for this video, as well as the introduction, to kind of understand what the planets are and what's going on here. Ishk. You have to remove certain people from the table for there to be space at the table. You have to remove certain habits from the table for there to be space at the table. You have to remove things from your life to make space for new things. It's like you just bought all this new furniture and you don't want to get rid of any of the other furniture, and the furniture delivery people are like, where do you want us to put this? You're like, you figure it out. No, everything's fine. But like, your old sofa, it's getting like eaten by maggots. It's just sitting in the corner. Can we take it? And you're like, nah. Like, people might be confused around you right now, Aquarius. Take as much time for yourself as possible. I don't mean to say any of this to discredit how amazing you are. This is just a big gulp of energy for you right now. And so just be in it. Be in it. Be in what you're in, because the more you deep dive into it, the quicker it transmutes. It's kind of like we've been talking about addictions, Aquarius, for a few, I would say a month or so now. And so what I would love for you to focus on, and wherever you are in that journey is exactly right. You know, when I was quitting smoking, you know, I'll be very vulnerable. And, you know, I also spent the better part of a decade with an eating disorder. And so I would tell my therapist, like, oh, I'm so mad at myself. You know, I binged and I purged, and you know, I'm mad at myself. And she goes, you used to do that numerous times a day, and you haven't done that all week. So that's okay. Think of how far you've come. I'd get so mad at myself when I had a cigarette and be like, you used to have a pack a day and you had one a week. So do not get mad at yourself as you go. You're birthing the you that you've never been before. This is on your ascendant sign. Pluto is sitting on your ascendant sign right now. This is insane, intense energy right now, Aquarius. You are feeling, I'm not projecting onto you, but this amalgamation of planets is saying, I'm feeling as if the carpet is being ripped out from under me. And that's just the planets. And then you have to go back out into the world and do things every day. I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. I'm here to listen. If you need a session and I can be helpful for you, we can set up a 15-minute consultation. It's completely free, just a FaceTime, a Zoom, just to see if I'm the healer for you, just to see if I can be helpful for you. But you are not alone in this. You're not. The new moon that we have coming up in a few weeks is going to be in Leo, in the sign of your relationships. Releasing all things at the last degree of your entire wheel. Release what does not serve your soul. Healing, closure, coming home. Purpose. My purpose. Yeah, the sage is still going. It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be fine. You're going to make it through this on the other side. If you're going through hell, don't build a house. Keep going. Join a group. Saturn in Pisces. longer range transit playlist, Saturn in Pisces. Mental health is no joke right now. What we learned is that in a past Saturn in Pisces transit is when AA was built. Okay? This energy, you are not the first person to be experiencing this. You are not the last person to be experiencing this, Aquarius. And if I'm talking to you in a quantum sense, across time and space, multidimensionality, you are not alone. I love you. You're so worthy of people holding you right now. So I would say just like ask your friends to have a party where you just like watch feel-good movies, and they'll love that. Make it sober, make it without sugar, do whatever you have to do, but just really ask for the support you need right now, Aquarius. You're worthy of it. I love you. Pisces, honey bunches of oats. Pisces rising, Pisces sun, Pisces moon. Welcome to my all signs reading for this full moon in Capricorn at 29 degrees. This is part of my donation-based workshop group. Please go watch the disclaimer at the beginning of this video, as well as the introduction to the board, so you understand which planets are which. The next month, starting tomorrow, is going to be about, Leo season for you is about healthy habits, daily life, practical service, and, the full moon that you have coming up in a month is going to be in Aquarius in your house of soul purpose, healing, closures, and coming home. So definitely other signs that are going through some kind of peripheral realization that maybe they are a part of groups that have, very unhealthy habits and that are going through addiction stuff are Aquarius, Sagittarius, and Virgo, your ascendant sign. So you're not alone. What you might have realized in the past month, that's looking forward, now let's look back. What you might have realized in the past month is that certain people in your life can't handle things the same way that you can. And this is without judgment. This is just an interesting realization. I work with a Pisces gentleman at my 3D job, at my restaurant job, and he intermittent fasts where he has one meal a day, one big meal a day. And he waiters and bartends, so that's very common. And so he'll talk to people about it, and he's a Pisces sun, S-U-N, and he's like, they just can't understand that level. Like, they're just like, what? How do you do that? Like, don't you eat all day long? And he's like, no, I just don't have the desire to. And so that's a very powerful, and he's done that for a very long time, a very powerful sword of structure and mental dedication. And so what you might have recognized in the past month while the sun was transiting your 5th house of creativity, play, joy, childlike spirits, and kiddos is that, maybe you have a high tolerance for certain things and the people around you don't anymore. People are getting really affected by spirits and substances, sugar, gluten, dairy, meats, spirits, cannabis flowers. A lot of people are overusing plant medicine in a way that if you're not integrating shadow work, if you're not integrating even just personal growth and development work into your journeying, you can't live up in the sky. The first time I ever tripped balls, ever tripped balls, the first image that I got was of my, mansion in my mind's eye. And it looked kind of like in, Mario 64, like, like the floating castle where like the Venus flytraps are and stuff like that. And the first thought that my guide said, the first trip, the first thought, the first time ever tripping, they said, you can come up here anytime you want, but you have to go back down. You have to go back to Earth. You can't live up here. You know, I had old friends and old community members that, you know, left people, literally left people in like basement apartments in Portland because they just wanted to eat mushrooms for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like, you're good? I can't help you? And they're like, no, I'm good. I'm good, man. I'm good. So unless you're integrating the rest of it, Pisces, that might not be the community for you. Might not be the habit for you. I feel as though a lot of you are kind of maybe frustrated because your tolerance is so high that certain things just don't even affect you anymore. Where you're like, yeah, I can drink a straight espresso right before bed and it does nothing. Then maybe just don't drink the espresso. You're also picking up the energy of a lot of the people around you. So I would have a very intense grounding practice and do some bubbling work on yourself. I'll definitely go check out my free digital download, Sarah's Protocol, and start to integrate those protocols. It's completely free. The link is in the description of this video. Adding some structured time blocking is a huge deal. I feel like that could be helpful for you. What does that say? Like, list out all the things that you have to do every day and then say, okay, now I know I have to study Italian. So even if I'm floundering, I'm going to study it. I'm only going to have Italian going from 9 to 10. I know that I have to do this, so I'm going to do this. Try to get the hardest things done first, but know by end of day, you have to complete them all. It might feel lonely right now, Pisces, like you're the only adult in the room. Even amongst family. I feel like a lot of my younger Gen Z Pisces listeners are, you know, feeling like the adult of the room. And you are. You are. But know that you're not too much to handle. You're not alone. You're also worthy of having conversations with people that can handle you and that you can feel safe. And the same way that, you know, Virgo, your descendant sign, you know, feels like the mom friend. Are you mothering your friends because you're trying to mother your inner child and adolescent? You should really look at mothering yourself. You know, divine masculine Pisces, you're worthy of contemporaries. Divine feminine Pisces, you're worthy of a king. I think that's it. I think that's it. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for being here. Every single one of you. I appreciate it. This is powerful, powerful stuff that's going on. And that was a really beautiful hour and 47 minutes with you. So thank you for being here with me. I don't know if you watch it like a movie, but it's a good time if you do. You can kind of see what everybody's going through and the way things change for all of us and how we experience this energy so differently. What comments and questions do you have for me? How are you experiencing this full moon? What can you share with the group? As always, reach out directly if you are in need. You're never alone. Like I said, I'm probably going to post this midweek. By Wednesday, it's Monday right now, so I'll probably post it Wednesday because Sunday I'm just going do not disturb. So anytime before that, please reach out. And I think I do have time on Saturday for a session. Yes, I do have time on Saturday for a session, and can do a recorded one as well, which is very popular for these new moons and full moons. I do individual recorded readings for the new moon and full moon where I just overlay this over your complete natal chart with your natal planets. What was it? The US, I did a birthday chart reading for the United States. It's kind of broken up into 3 different components where it's, you know, the natal charts, the planets for the 4th of July 2024, and then the planets for the 4th of July 2025. So we can kind of do for you, if you're keen, like a very efficient birth chart reading, like where the natal planets are, if we've never done a reading before, and then we can do the planets as they are for the full moon, and then look at the next new moon, and then look at the next full moon. So please reach out, let me know. We can do a mini or a full. I love you. And as always, these readings are donation based. Please, the link is in the description of this video. If any of this information resonates, or if you receive anything from my content, please, I appreciate every donation. I appreciate every single one of you. My generous subscribers are helping to really alleviate any and all fear surrounding me going to the Summit of Greatness with Lewis Howes and Dr. Joe Dispenza. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. They've only really released like 2 speakers. I'm so excited. Who are the other 4 going to be? All aligned, that's for sure. All right. I love you. I'll see you. I'll see you on the other side of this full moon.